When your expenses get a little out of hand, either due to medical bills, shopping sprees, or in cases of unexpected emergencies, it takes a toll on both your emotional and physical well-being. If you're among the many people who carry credit card balances from one month to another, paying off debt might be much easier than you think. Although it might feel overwhelming and impossible to deal with, you can handle your debt the same way you handle everything else. And that's one step at a time. You only have to come up with a great plan and go with it. Below are a few tips and tricks to use to pay off debt. Credit card debt, to be specific. 1. Set a goal. Before you think about how you're going to pay off your debt, you need to figure out and set realistic goals that you are confident you can achieve, especially when it comes to paying off credit cards with high interest or any other kind of consumer debt. As easy as it is to incur debt, paying it off takes a lot of time and self-discipline. You have to be systematic in how you go about it. The goals you make have to be specific, relevant, attainable, measurable, and, of course, timely. Knowing where you want to reach makes it so much easier to come up with ways you'll get there. The rate at which you can become debt-free is directly related to the amount of money that you put into paying off your debt. So, the more you pay, the sooner you'll live free of debt. If you need assistance, there are many online calculators that tell you how long it will take to pay off the debt, depending on what you have. You can even do the math and find out how much money you can pay each month in order to pay off your debt within a certain period of time. 2. Use the Snowball Method. This method of repaying debts focuses on paying down debt beginning with the lowest balance. To get started, list your account balances from lowest. Organize your budget in such a way that the minimum on all the credit cards are paid with the exception on the smallest balance. Put as much extra cash as you can on that balance each month so as to pay it off. The reason why minimum payments are made on the other accounts while the larger payments are made on that balance at the same is so that you don't pay late fees, damaging your credit or risk defaulting. Once you've cleared the balance on that account, the money you were using to pay it off should be put towards paying the next smallest balance. And this continues until all your credit card balances have been paid in full. Before we go to the third method, I'd like to thank Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Skillshare is a platform where you can access thousands of information-packed courses literally. You can get classes on topics such as finance, photography, drawing, and so much more. Whether you're looking to fend off boredom, focus on self-care through creativity, or join a similarly creative community, Skillshare is the place to keep you learning. One class that I really liked in particular is Learn Premiere Pro and Edit a How-To Video for Beginners by Halt Narvaez. Halt is a digital storyteller, video producer, and YouTuber. She makes documentary-style vlogs, tutorials, and reviews on her YouTube channel. Plus, she runs her own production company, which I find very impressive. In the class, you'll learn the basics of Premiere Pro. If you've never edited a video before, but always wanted to learn how to, then I think you'll really enjoy this class. In the class, Halt will take you step by step on what you'll need to edit and export a how-to video for YouTube. So, the first 1,000 people to use the link in my description will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. And after that, it's only around $10 a month. 3. Try the Avalanche Method. The Avalanche Method focuses on making payments on debts with high interest first, while making the minimum payments on the other accounts. The moment the highest interest rate account is cleared off, the money that was going to pay it off should go to the debt with the next highest interest rate. This should be done continuously until all credit cards have been paid off. The upside about using the Avalanche Method of repaying debt is that the amount of interest you're meant to pay is significantly lowered as you work toward your debt-free goal, just as long as you follow the plan. The time it takes for you to get out of debt also reduces if your payments are consistent, because less interest is accumulated. 4. Consider the credit card consolidation loan. Debt consolidation is a method that utilizes different forms of financing to pay off debts and other liabilities. If you're buried deep in debt, applying for this loan allows you to consolidate all those debts into one and pay them off as one. This combined loan offers lower interest rates and single payments are made each month. The funds are used to pay off credit card balances, and payments on the personal loan are made each month too. The payments are made until the debt is paid in full. A majority apply through their banks, credit card company, or credit unions. This is a good place to start, especially if your relationship with your institution is great and you have a good payment history. If your application is declined, you could always seek private mortgage companies or lenders and still get similar offers. 5. Use the balance transfer credit card. Another way to go that can help you get rid of credit card debt is using the balance transfer credit card. A balance transfer credit card allows you to transfer balances from one account or more to a different card. These credit card balances have no introductory balance transfer APR, annual percentage rate, offers if the balance is transferred within a certain period of time after opening the account. This is a great and effective way of reducing your credit card debt and saving money on interest. If you've accumulated a large balance on a credit card that has a high APR, for example, you can transfer the balance to another card that offers a lower interest rate. And a huge part of the payments you'll make in the future goes into paying down the principal rather than the interest. Your balance is paid off quickly as a result and saves you money in the long run. 6. Halt any and all use of your credit cards. The best way to pay off debt is to suspend any use of your credit cards. It isn't easy, but it's your best shot at clearing your balances. If your main goal is to pay off debt, the last thing you want is adding to it by continuing to charge your expenses. Leaving your cards behind when you leave the house is one of the most effective ways to stop using your credit cards. Purchases could be made with cash instead. Most retailers don't mind getting cash in exchange for purchases, and unlike credit cards, you can only spend what you have, and therefore no debt is incurred due to a balance carried forward. Using cash helps you to distinguish between what you simply want and what you actually need. This also keeps your conscience clear while spending and allows you to think really hard before spending. After your debt's been paid in full, you can start using them again, and hopefully in the process, realize you don't need so many credit cards. 7. Trim your expenses. A lot of money is wasted on non-essential purchases. By looking over your monthly expenses, you can find ways to cut costs and speed up the repayment of debts. Try and track your spending and find out where all your money goes. Every adjustment you make will get you closer to living debt-free. Cutting down on expenses like streaming services, phone bills, can add up much quicker than you think. It's hard to do away with some of these things, but the thought of being debt-free should be consolation enough. Every dollar counts. The moment you analyze your spending habits, you might be surprised by the amount of money you're spending on certain purchases. But it's good, because this gives you the chance to see where adjustments can be made in your spending. You could go about this the old-fashioned way and write down all your expenses or use technology to do it for you. There are plenty of apps that can help you do this. Also, check your statements if you pay for everything with your credit or debit card. Just go through everything you've bought and determine whether there were things you actually need or want. 8. Create a budget. Once some of your expenses have been cut down, creating a budget is the next step. Sit down and write all your expenses, which may include rent or mortgage payment and loans and food, electricity, etc. Once this is done, deduct your total spending from what you earn every month. Whatever's left can go towards paying off debts. The budget isn't fixed and can be adjusted over time, whichever way you think fits. It should simply help you keep track of what comes in and what goes out. If you need any assistance, there's lots of tools and apps you could use. Sticking to a budget helps you pay off your current debt. It also limits your spending and decreases any credit card debt you might incur in the future. 9. Get a side hustle to increase your income. Maybe your job only earns you enough money to live off of, and paying back your debts might be a bit tricky. If you're in such a position, think about having a job on the side to complement your main one. The options are countless, but whatever you choose to do should be in line with your skills and cater for your specific needs. Thanks to the internet, making money's become much easier and convenient. As long as you know how to tap into these job opportunities that are offered online, you can earn some extra cash, especially when in a tight spot. Some strategies may take less time and offer you a quick fix, while others will really sap a lot of your time, but the money offered is really good. It's up to you to decide what works best for you. This could be delivering groceries through apps, writing and designing websites, selling handmade items, and so on. As your main job caters for your basic needs, your side job can help you pay your debt at a faster rate. 10. Sell your stuff. If you'd like to take some extra cash, selling some of the stuff you don't need is an option. Take a look at what you have in your closet or garage, or any other place you have a lot of stuff stored. There's quite a number of platforms that you could use, such as Amazon, eBay, Bonanza, and Swappa. And whatever you make could help you pay off your credit card debts. Sometimes when the money you get from selling these things isn't enough, you may have to retrieve any money stashed away as an asset to assist you in clearing debts. If you look at your assets, you might find something that you're willing to sell. Some of these things that may have value and can be sold easily include antiques, jewelry, and watches. Larger items that can also be considered are stuff like bikes, cars, land, and property. Although they take much longer to sell, the cash you get helps you during these tough times and even allows you to live a much better life, free from debt. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. If you have a suggestion for a new video, write it down below. Here at Practical Wisdom, we love hearing your views, and most importantly, we love helping you out. With that said, have a great day, you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.